The auction hall smelled like smoke, rust, and fear. It was deep inside Space Station A-47, far from the eyes of any law or peacekeeper. Lights flickered above the cages. The crowd alien merchants, criminals, and warlords stood in silence. As the next item was pulled onto the stage, she looked like a beast. Sharp ears, long gray fur, chains around her neck and wrists. Her eyes were golden, but empty. She didn't growl. She didn't scream. She had already done all that weeks ago. This one is special, the auctioneer shouted, stepping beside. Her with a crooked smile. A rare female from the Draska breed, half werewolf, strong muscles, strong bones. She can tear steel with her claws. The crowd murmured. She's wild, the auctioneer continued. But she can be trained, or chopped. Your choice. Let's start the bid at 10,000 credits. From the back, a tall man stood quietly. Human, wore a black coat, no weapon on his side. His name was Yalen Voss, a former soldier, now just a wanderer. He wasn't there to buy anything. He just wandered in. Jalen's eyes locked with the girl's. She didn't look away. For a second, her body twitched, not fear something else. Something hidden behind the silence. Another bidder raised his hand. 10,000 credits. 11,000. Shouted a lizard-like alien. 13,000. Yelled a warlord with 6 arms. The auctioneer laughed. She's worth more than that. Don't be shy, boys. Yalen didn't speak. He just kept looking at her. She still didn't blink. Then the auctioneer said something that made Yalen move. She was caught in the forest moons of Taikara. She had a family, but we burned them out. She watched them all die. Didn't even cry. Not once, this one's got. Ice in her blood? Something cold settled in Jalen's stomach. He stepped forward. 20,000. He said. The crowd gasped. The auctioneer raised an eyebrow. The human speaks. Are you sure? That's double the last bid. Yalen didn't answer. His voice was calm, but his fists were tight. The auctioneer shrugged. Sold to the brave little Earthman. Hope you know how to chain her down. The crowd laughed. The girl didn't. In the dark back room. 2 guards unlocked her chains. She didn't fight. She stood still as Yalen approached. He didn't touch her. Just looked at her hand scarred. Her fur burned at places. Her left leg limping. She didn't smell like a beast. She smelled like blood and ash. What's your name? He asked softly. She said nothing. I'm not here to hurt you, he added. Still silence. Yalen nodded and turned. Let's go. The walk through the station was quiet. People stared. Some laughed. Some looked afraid. But no one stopped them. Inside his ship, Yalen opened the side door and pointed to a small room. You can stay there. No chains, no locks, just safety. She walked in slowly, then sat in the corner, her back against the wall. Yalen placed a tray of food on the floor fruit, bread and a bottle of clean water. I'll be outside, he said. Call me if you need anything. Again, no answer. That night, Yalen sat in the pilot seat, staring at the stars. He could still hear the auctioneer's words. We burned them out, watched them die. He rubbed his face, angry at the universe, angry at himself. Behind him, the ship was quiet, but then a sound. He turned. The girl stood at the doorway of the cockpit, holding the empty tray. He stood up, surprised. She didn't speak at first, then softly, she said one word. Why? Yalen blinked. Why what? Why did you buy me? She asked, her voice dry, almost broken. You don't look like a butcher. He shook his head. I'm not. Then why? Yalen looked into her eyes. For the first time, he saw more. Then pain. He saw a spark tiny, but alive. I saw someone who didn't belong in a cage, he said. That was enough. The girl lowered her head. My name, she said, her voice shaking, is Kara. Yalin nodded. Nice to meet you, Kara. My name is Yalin. A long silence passed. Then she whispered, Thank you. Yalin didn't sleep that night. Not because he wasn't tired. He was. But something about the girl in the next room kept his eyes wide open. Kara. That was her name. A name she hadn't spoken to anyone in weeks. Maybe months. She was quiet now, curled up on the floor, using a folded blanket he gave her. She didn't ask for anything else. She didn't even touch the bed. Jalen watched the screen in front of him. Scanners showed no ships nearby. The slavers weren't following yet, but something told him they would. In the morning, he left another tray of food outside her door. Fruit, water, cooked meat this time. She opened the door slowly. Just a crack. Yalin didn't look at her. He simply spoke. You don't have to hide anymore, he said. I won't shame you. I won't hurt you. You're free to leave if you want. She didn't respond. But later, when he checked the tray, it was empty. She had eaten. That was a start. On the third day, she spoke again. You're not like the others. Yalin turned to see her standing in the hallway, arms crossed. Her fur was cleaner. Her wounds were starting to heal. He smiled a little. I try not to be. Kara tilted her head. Most humans just take or destroy. Why didn't you? Yalin looked down. I was a soldier once. I've seen too much death. I don't want to add more. She stepped closer. Her golden eyes studied his face. You don't trust people easily, do you? She asked. He raised an eyebrow. I could ask you the same. She gave a tiny smile. It was the first time he saw one. That night, Kara joined him at the small table near the ship's console. She sat, awkward at first, like she didn't remember how to eat beside someone. Yalin didn't push her. He just talked. About old battles. About Earth. About stars and silence. Kara listened. Then she spoke. I was taken when I was young, she said. I don't know who sold me first. Maybe it was my own pack. Maybe it was the hunters. After that, I stopped counting. Yalin's jaw tightened. They called me an animal, she continued. A beast, worth only as a weapon or food. She looked up at him. But you looked at me like I was still something else. You are, Yalin said. You're alive. That means you still have a choice. She blinked. A choice? Yes. What you become next. It's yours to decide. Later that week, alarms rang through the ship. A coded message had come in. Yalin read it twice, then 3 times. Bounty posted. Target. Draska female. Escaped. Wanted alive or in pieces. Reward. 100,000 credits. He looked over his shoulder. Kara stood behind him, eyes wide. She had seen it too. They won't stop, she whispered. They want me back. Yalin turned. Off the screen. They'll have to come through me first. Kara stepped forward. Her voice was soft, but strong. You don't have to protect me. I know, he said, but I want to. A pause. Then she asked, why again? Yalin smiled sadly. Because someone once saved me too. Long ago, when I had nothing left. I never paid it back. But maybe I can pass it forward. Kara didn't answer, but she walked to the front of the ship, looked at the stars through the glass, and sat down beside him. After a while, she said one thing. I don't want to run forever. Yalin looked at her. Then don't, he said. We fight. The stars outside were calm, but inside the ship, tension was building. Jen stood in the cargo bay, setting up old weapons. A blaster rifle, a stun baton, a small shield emitter. He moved like a man preparing for war. Kara watched from the doorway. "You really think they're coming?" she asked. "I don't think," he replied. "I know." She walked toward the table, slowly picking up a knife. Her claws were sharp already, but this blade had weight, balance, power. "I've never used human weapons," she said. "They're not so different," Yalin said. "It's the hands that matter, not the metal." For the next few days, Yalin trained her, not like a soldier, not like a weapon, like a partner. He taught her how to block, how to dodge, how to hit where it counts. Kara was fast, very fast. She learned faster than most humans he had trained in the past. Sometimes, he caught her smiling when she landed a perfect hit. It wasn't just fighting. It was healing. But peace didn't last long. One evening, the ship's scanner beeped. Unknown vessel entering orbit. No signal. No I did. JALEN single quotes. Face turned pale. "They found us." Kara stepped beside him. "Are you sure it's them?" "No bounty hunter hides their name, unless they're planning something ugly." The ship trembled slightly. Something was trying to connect. JALEN ran to the console. A warning popped up. "External override attempt. They're trying to hack us," he said. Then, without warning, the voice came through the speaker. A cold, robotic voice. "This is the Reaper. Turn over the Dreska girl, and I'll let you die quickly. Refuse, and I'll enjoy every scream." Kara froze. Her breathing quickened. JLA looked at her. She whispered, "It's him, the Reaper. He works for the slavers. He only comes for special targets." Yalin narrowed his eyes. "What makes you so special?" Kara shook her head. "I don't know. They called me marked blood. They tested me, took my DNA, said I was 1 in a million. The Reapers." Ship fired a warning shot. A red flash burned across the sky. Challenge ship shook. Kara growled. Her claws extended. Her golden eyes glowed faintly. "I don't want to run," she said. "I want to fight." Yalin opened a hidden panel in the wall. Inside was a battlesuit, old, dusty, and dented. He handed her a chest plate. Then suit. Up. They locked the doors. Charged the power cells. The battle began. The Reaper entered through the hull, cloaked in black armor. He moved like a shadow, fast, cold, deadly. JALEN fought him first. Blaster shots, stun traps. Nothing slowed the Reaper down. Then Kara stepped in. She moved faster than Yalin expected. She leaped, claws flashing. She took a hit but didn't fall. Her eyes burned with light. And for the first time, the Reaper stepped back. Kara roared, not like a beast, not like a monster, like a warrior. She slashed across the Reaper's chest. Sparks flew. Metal bent. The bounty hunter growled, but before he could strike again, she grabbed him and threw him across the room. He crashed into the wall, armor breaking apart. Yalin fired one final blast into his exposed chest. The Reaper collapsed. Dead. Silence. Kara stood there, shaking. JLEN stepped closer. "You okay?" She nodded slowly. "I think so." Then she looked at her hands, at the blood, at the broken enemy. "I've never fought like that before," she whispered. "You didn't just fight," Yalin said. "You protected us." Kara looked at him. "They'll send more. I know." She took a deep breath. "Then we'll get stronger." Smoke still hung in the air. The Reaper's body lay broken on the floor of Jalen's ship. Kara stood over it, breathing hard, her claws still sharp, her eyes glowing dimly. JLEN moved slowly, checking the walls, the hull, the power grid. The battle had damaged the systems. Wires sparked, lights flickered, but they were alive. That's All that mattered for now. Kara knelt down beside the body. She didn't feel fear. She didn't feel pride. She felt ... uncertain. I didn't lose control, she said softly. I thought I would, but I didn't. Yalin nodded. You're stronger than they ever wanted you to be. She looked at him. They'll send more. I? No. Yalin dragged the Reaper's armor into the cargo bay. He began pulling it apart, studying the tech. Inside, he found a small disk. He turned it on. A hologram appeared, fuzzy at first, then clear. It was a slaver leader. Cold, sharp-eyed, dressed in gold and bone. To whoever finds this, the girl is property of the Taka Syndicate. Her blood is marked. Return her, or we'll come take her ourselves. Kara growled. They think they still own me. Yalin crushed the disk with his boot. Not anymore. The next day, they left the planet. Jan repaired what he could. Shields at 40%, weapons low. Fuel short, but they had to move. Kara stared out the window as the stars passed by. I never left that system before, she said. You're free now, Yalin replied. You can go anywhere. She turned toward him. I don't want to go alone, he smiled gently. Then don't. They flew to a small moon, cold, quiet away from trade routes. Yalin knew a man there, an old tech smuggler who owed him a favor. While repairs were underway, Kara explored. She felt strange walking in the open, without chains, without fear. Some locals stared, some whispered, but none approached, until one day a trader tried. He reached for her fur. Nice coat, he said with a grin. How much for a sample? Kara growled. The sound alone made the man run. That night, she told Yalin what happened. You didn't hurt him? He asked. She shook her head. I wanted to, but I remembered what you said. What did I say? That I get to choose who I become. Yalin smiled. Kara looked serious. Then teach me more. Not just how to fight. Teach me to be ... more. More. What? He asked. She shrugged. More human. Later, inside the ship, Yalin worked on the scanner system. Kara sat beside him, trying to learn the controls. Why are they after your blood? He asked suddenly. She froze. They said I was made, she whispered. Not born. My DNA is ... different, stronger, sharper, faster. Engineered? She nodded. But I wasn't the only one. There were others, test subjects. Some didn't survive. Why you? She lowered her head. I don't know. Maybe I was the only one who ran far enough. Suddenly, the ship's alarm beeped. Incoming signal? Unknown ship. Kara's ears twitched. Yalin checked the radar. One ship. Large. No ID. Fast. Too fast. They found us again, Yalin said. He activated the shields, but they were weak. The ship was still being repaired. They had minutes, maybe less. Kara looked calm. What do we do? Yalin loaded a small energy pistol. We fight if we must. She stepped beside him. Then give me something to hold. He handed her the Reapers. Blade. It was large, heavy, designed for killers. She took it in both hands, her eyes glowing again. Outside. The enemy ship hovered. No message this time, just silence. Then, boom. A missile hit the shield. The ship shook violently. They braced. Lights flickered again. The hull groaned. A loud bang hit the outer door. Someone or something was breaking in. Kara raised the blade. Jalin raised the pistol. The door hissed open, but what stepped inside wasn't another bounty hunter. It was a girl, young, bleeding, fur like Kara's. She collapsed on the floor. Kara rushed forward. She's one of mine. Yalin checked her pulse. Weak, but alive. The girl whispered one thing before, blacking out. They're coming. Hundreds. Behind me. The young girl lay unconscious in the med-bay. Yalin had patched her wounds, laser burns, deep cuts, signs of running through fire. She was barely alive. But she had made it. Kara sat beside her, holding her hand. She's Draska, she said quietly. Like me, but younger. She shouldn't even be out there. Yalin nodded. She said they were. Coming. Hundreds. Kara looked up. We can't fight that many. Yalin sighed. No, we can't. There was only one option now: escape. The repair team on the moon worked fast. Yalin pushed them harder. I need the ship space ready in 20 hours. He ordered. The old mechanic frowned. That'll cost more. I'll pay in favors, Yalin growled. Or blood. That got things moving. Inside the ship, Kara helped the young girl, whose name was Lyra. She was quiet, weak, and scared, but when she saw Kara, she cried. I thought I was the last, Lyra whispered. You're not, Kara said, hugging her. You're not alone now. For the first time, Kara felt something strange in her chest. Not rage. Not pain. Hope. Later, Yalin pulled Kara aside. We can't stay here, he said. The slavers will trace her signal. They'll bring a fleet. I know, Kara said. But where do we go? Yalin opened a secret map. There's a gate near the edge of the starfield. It's unstable, but it leads far away. A dead zone, no stations, no slavers. Sounds perfect. Also sounds dangerous. Kara smiled faintly. So, just another day with you? The ship was almost ready. Lyra was recovering. But then the warning lights blinked again. Multiple. Ships detected. Approaching fast. Jale cursed. They're early. The mechanic ran inside. You said 20 hours. You've only got 10. We'll take what we can get. Kara prepared weapons. She strapped on her armor. Loaded energy. Packs. She stood like a soldier now. Not a prisoner, not a slave. Yalin watched her and nodded. You've changed, he said. I remembered who I am, Kara replied. I was never just meat. I'm Draska. I'm a fighter, Yalin smiled. Then let's fly like hell. As the enemy fleet entered orbit, Yalin's ship launched from the moon's surface. Lasers shot through the sky. The hull shook again. Kara fired back with the turret. Lyra helped, reloading quickly. Hang on, Yalin shouted. One shot at the gate. The ship twisted, turning toward the unstable wormhole. It pulsed like a beating heart in space, surrounded by shattered rocks and broken satellites. Slaver ships followed. 3 of them. Bigger. Heavily armed. Too many. Get to the gate now. Kara yelled. Jale and pushed the throttle. The engines screamed. Just as they reached the wormhole, a slaver ship locked on with a beam. They were stuck. Kara ran to the back. She looked at Lyra, then at the cables. She grabbed a plasma cutter. What are you doing? Yalin asked. I'm going outside. Are you insane? Maybe. She grinned. Then she opened the side hatch. Outside, in zero gravity, she moved like a shadow. Fast. Silent. The enemy ship didn't notice her at first. She climbed across the hull, reached the beam cannon, and sliced it clean. Explosion. Fire. The lock was broken. She launched herself back toward the ship just in time. Yalin caught her at the door. You're crazy, he said. She laughed. You're welcome. The ship dived into the wormhole. The stars bent. Light turned blue. Then dash silence. They were gone. Kara sat down, breathing hard. Yalin offered her water. She looked at Lyra, who was smiling for the first time. We made it. Lyra whispered. For now, Yalin said. They'll keep coming. But we'll be ready, Kara replied. She looked down at her hands again. The claws. The scars. Then at Yalin. Thank you, she said. For what? For never giving up on me. The ship floated in deep space. No stars nearby. No signals. No chasing ships. Just quiet. For the first time in a long time, Kara felt peace. She walked through the hallway barefoot, listening to the hum of the engine. Behind her, Lyra was sleeping. Soundly. The girl no longer cried in her sleep. Jalen stood at the front window, watching the dark stretch of space. We're safe, he said. For now, Kara nodded. They'll find us again, probably. Then we make sure we're ready. Yalin opened a map, an old one. It showed planets long forgotten, colonies lost during past wars, places no one dared return to. We can make a home out there, he said. Build something. Hide the kids like Lyra. Help the others escape. Others? Kara asked. Yalin looked at her. There are more like you. I've seen the files. The slavers kept records. Kara clenched her fist. Then we don't run. We rescue them. In the following weeks, they trained every day. Kara learned to fly the ship. Lyra learned to fight. Jalen taught them both everything he knew: survival, tracking, how to spot danger before it speaks. But Kara taught too. She showed Lyra how to control her instincts, how to balance rage with thought, how to move like a hunter, or think like a leader. They became more than survivors. They became a pack. One night, while sitting beside the warm ship engine, Lyra asked, "Why did they want your blood?" Kara sighed. Because it scared them. Because it couldn't be controlled. Lyra nodded. But it saved us. Yalin smiled. Funny, isn't it? The very thing they feared is the reason we're alive. Later, Kara stood alone, holding the old chain they once used to bind her. She stared at it for a long time. Then she dropped it out the airlock. Into space. She whispered to herself, I was never meat. I was never theirs. The next day, a signal came through. Weak, hidden. A distress code from a nearby moon. Yalin looked at the screen. It's from a cargo ship. Might be a trap. Kara narrowed her eyes. Or it might be someone like Lyra. He smiled. You want to answer it? She nodded. Yes, even if it's dangerous? She stepped forward. I'm not afraid anymore. They changed course. Stars ahead were cold, but full of chances. Jalen sat in the pilot's seat. Lyra beside him. Kara stood behind them, strong, calm, focused. She wasn't a weapon anymore. She wasn't a slave. She was something more. A protector. A warrior. A leader. As the ship jumped toward the signal, Yalin asked, Still glad you didn't stay in that cage? Kara smiled, eyes glowing softly. No cage can hold me now.